Chapter 11. Chapter 11, Lunar Eclipse. Ruka returns to the Yomotsuki house. Her father tried to complete the mask of the Lunar Eclipse. He made perfect mask for all the 5 Kanade as well to complete the ceremony. The forbidden ritual, the ceremony of passage. However, the ritual ended in failure. The girls lost their memories and Sakuya became comatose. Yet one day, Sakuya awoke. No, she didn't wake. She didn't need to awaken. The deaths and disappearances of the islanders, of her friends, was this her father's doing? How can she properly end the tragedy for good? How can she fix the mistakes her father made? The day of the lunar eclipse, when Sakuya will destroy everything, draws near. Alright, time for the final chapter? Final chapter! Knew it, Ruka Mizuki, 0 stage. So here we go to the finale. Can we get that thing that kept on chiming the whole entire battle? Come on, let me back in the room that we just came from. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if they don't let you in this room, that's gonna be like... My father always locked himself away in here, hammering at the mask. I remember the sound of his hammering. I only ever saw him from behind. When he looked over his shoulder, his face was covered by a mask. I don't remember his face. It's like here? Apparently I can take a picture of it here, but that, yeah, there it is, I see it. Well, let's see if we can do it. Barely missed the photo opportunity. There we go. Alright, which puts us at 74, which means we only have 5 more dolls to go. Now let's explore this room. There's something to grab here. That looks almost like a predator mask. Mask looks like a reggae person. Obtain 10 blue crystals, why not? There's a few shinies here. I guess I'll start with you. Looks like a broom almost. About the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. An old book has been left behind. Was this my father's book? It is said that, of the Yomotsuki family mask makers, Soetsu used the most extreme techniques. After the day without suffering, Soetsu's mask ominously disintegrated into ash. The remains were enshrined beneath the current head's room so that the mask would be studied. The basic form of the mask of the lunar eclipse was probably created in the shrine. Soetsu would sit before the shrine, carving the mask, and his high level of skill would bring him a serene, meditative state. Soetsu spent many long hours before the shrine, gradually nearing a polished technique, but it was not yet enough. I was recently shown a photograph of the director, who had the mask of the lunar eclipse. Dr. Kunihiko Asao once visited the island to take some photographs of the Kagura dance, and saw the mask of the lunar eclipse made by Soetsu. This mask of the lunar eclipse that Soetsu made, others would not understand its truth, but I do. I can understand why the photograph captured the lost mask of the lunar eclipse. Did the camera obscura capture the past? Capture a shadow of Soetsu? The photo was slightly blurred, but the importance and power of the mask of the lunar eclipse comes through clearly enough. I must overcome this masterpiece, achieve Soetsu's most earnest wish to complete the mask of the lunar eclipse. On the desk there is an unpainted mask. A saw, a wooden mallet, and a chisel. The mask looks rough and incomplete. I hope we have 2.5 million points by the end of this, so that's good to unlock some stuff. Let's go grab a few things. Soya Scrawl. Did my father write this? The afterlife definitely exists, however we have not seen it yet. When the moon is fully eclipsed, will it appear as they say it will? There's a few more shinies for me to pick up, including you. Red crystals times 20. More things to pick up miscellaneously. Soya's note 3. Inside the book there's a memo with familiar handwriting. I tried all possible means, crafted the perfect mask. It had not the slightest flaw. Still, why did she bloom? Why did the ceremonial passage fail? Through Itsura, the Kanade. Just as I was beginning to understand the reason, the resonance, but had begun between them, and no technique or method can help. I, just like Suetsu, gave birth to another day without suffering. Seeing the end at last with my own eyes, that shall be my reward. Cutscene.
永遠に虚無の中をさまよい続けると思っていた昨夜が目覚めた。夜に開く花のように静かに大きく。目覚めた昨夜は島中を徘徊し始めた。昨夜を見た者はみんな咲いてしまった。海へ逃げようとした人々も地下に隠れた人々も、そしてもうすぐここにも来るだろう。せめてあの場所に行こう。月はみの面を作るためにあそこで長い時間を費やした。あの場所は静かだ。
Where did my father go? I can feel I can feel a breeze from behind the altar. The mechanism seems to be working now. Use the mechanism to move the altar? Of course. Let's move it. Sad door. Well, unless there's anything else in here, actually. Yes, I am. On the desk, there's a painted mask and a coloring brush. No, I read that before. Here we go, the last shiny. It's oh Jesus, don't mirror. That is. I am very grateful for that, actually. Let's go through. Through the tiny door into the final areas, I predict. Let's see how this game ends. Typically, some of my favorite parts of the Fatal Frame series is always the final chapter, so let's see how this plays out. See how Fatal Frame 4 compares to Fatal Frame 1 through 3. Well, going down a stairwell into some sort of cryptic underground passageway. That's right. Guess we're going to descend even further down. No, then again, if we're going to go to the moon is in the core of the planet, so. But yeah, we're descending down. It's always downward in these Fatal Frame games. Something deep, far underground. I guess they were talking about the tunnels. Another picture snapped. Probably a doll in this corridor, I guess. I'll continue on down. I want everyone to bloom. I'll give it to you. That's what she was apparently just saying right there. Is there a doll in here? Keep blooming. I'm melting away, is what she said. I'm not sure if there was a doll in this passageway we just all crossed through. Guess I'll move forward and hope there isn't. Let's open you up. Just kind of looking through the area. We're indeed descending deeper and deeper. I actually thought we were going to go up for once in the Fatal Frame finale, but no, we're going deeper. I should have expected this, really. There's a shiny nearby. It's acting particularly strong around here. See, up there it is. What is this shiny? Once I get a good angle on it. It tells us... That's a blue crystal. I actually thought it was going to be a document or something. Well... It's underground, that's for certain. It looks kind of nice. No, I don't even know what I was expecting. Just die, sir, please. I want him just to die to the best of his ability. I locked off. Don't care. I want you to die, sir. They must have known it's the hardest ghost in the game. No reason to explain why he's now popping up here. There he goes. Thankfully, this arena was a much easier arena to find in than some of them. That or I just got lucky, or maybe better. There's a row of giant style. Yes, looks. I can't say. I won't say stalagmites, but there appears to be another area in the back. The flashlight won't reach that far. Is there a little doll somewhere around these parts? Yes, no. If I crawl, maybe I can get through. Go through? Sure. I know, I think there's a doll. Check for sure. I mean, look, there wasn't a doll that I sensed in the last hallway either, though. Am I just missing dolls? Oh, I'm not missing any. Well, I'm just crawling back for nothing then. That's some mixed advice. There's a row of giant stalactites, I guess. It is here. I'm definitely not sensing it. Let's go through, of course. Let's sneak on through. I mean, it's not bad to check, but you know. Guess we'll continue to do this underground path. I'll be wary and walk a bit slowly through, though. Not touching adds to the atmosphere and all that. I'll go the way which has no lights. That seems trustworthy. What is this, shiny? Hello, shiny. And I see you, doll. Give me a second first to pick up the shiny. Soya's Note 4. It looks like it's my father's. Is my father really here? The Rogetsu Kagura is a dance that comforts the dead, but what is the extent of the pain of the souls of the deceased? Dr. Abera said that the soul is a massive memory. There is no way to destroy a soul. After death, the eternal memory remains, and there's only unending pain, suffering, and loneliness. Yeah, those are happy thoughts. But would it be a good thing to lose all memory? The Utsuwa's mask eliminates even her face, and the mask Lunar Eclipse made by Soetsu completely erased all memories. Is it possible to make a memory-breaking mask? But if memories are completely erased, do the souls disappear and appear nothingness? After all memories of a soul are lost, Soetsu assumed that there are some that remain. If a circle is made extremely small, it becomes a point. No matter how small it is made, that point remains. It is not gone. The same is true of the human soul. Each circle is different, but they invariably become points when made smaller. Is it the primordial place everyone passes through and everyone shares the arrival at this end point? This point is certainly the afterlife recorded by Soetsu. I was fascinated by the idea. Could it be that the moment we are born is the moment we can no longer visit the place? Everyone exists in the afterlife, the place where salvation can be found. Soetsu probably tried to reach the afterlife with the masked lunar eclipse. Because of the Rogetsu Kagura dance, does the ceremony of passage no longer have a true function? Soetsu was lost on the journey to salvation. I must make the true masked lunar eclipse. Obviously, you are an obvious doll. First, the doll has been broken. Fun is fun, which puts us up to 75, which means only 4 more to go. We'll continue. Now let's follow the path into nothingness, by which I mean tunnels. Sure got a lot of tunnels around here. Also a lot of splitting paths. See, I guess if she goes that way, then I'm going this way because it's obviously the wrong way. Or is this really the wrong way? Apparently the spirit says you'll bloom too. Apparently she'll be laughing crazily through the Wii remote. Is this really the wrong way? This most certainly doesn't feel like the wrong way. But the door is locked, so I guess it is. Maybe we'll eventually end up back here again, but yeah. Well, let's follow the spirit. I'm sure the spirit of the woman that's our invincible stalker and probably the final boss of this game will know exactly what to do. Let's see on that journey, and up we go. And then probably to the left, or exit stage right. Yep, it's a dead end. Didn't see that. Dad, what are you doing here at this shrine with all the weird statues and now this screen, now this cutscene? Dad, you're such a character. There's the shiny. Alright, and here we find Soya's Note 5. It's my father's final note. His last memories are probably here. And I guess once I'm done reading this note, I'm probably going to get stalked by Invincible Girl and I have to run to that door, but we'll see what happens. Although the end approaches, it feels strangely quiet. The mask has existed here for a long time, but the design of the mask was flawed. In order to exceed the mask-making skill of Suetsu's generation, difficult study was required. However, the day without suffering still occurred. But now that I think about it, maybe the masked lunar eclipse was not what caused the failure. Sakura is blooming. It is much larger than the previous day without suffering, but more magnificent. The day of the next lunar eclipse, Sakura will be in even greater bloom than after the ceremony was performed. That blooming face, it was the mask of the lunar eclipse Suetsu asked for. Even I worry about it. Sakura will come here, soon as well. At least until then, I want to sit in peace and quiet. There's another shiny blue here. And there it is. Knew it was going to be 4 gems. Sacred rope is wound around the enormous stalactite, and countless masks are embedded in it. It's probably for a ritual. Yes. You know, fatal framing rituals does not surprise me in the slightest. But hey, let's be on the move again. I'm still half expecting us to get chased through these tunnels. Eventually, probably not yet. Ghosts always lead you the right way, then attack you. Some of them don't attack you, but they usually do. If they don't stop me anything, ghosts lead you the direction you're supposed to go, and then usually attack you. Not always, but usually. Just leading you to their own little, I guess, area so they can attack you in, so shrug. Now let's open this door, and I guess I should start keeping my eyes open for a mask again, because that technically counts for a door. Or mask. I don't know. The last pair said, all of my memories are melting, becoming, I mean, it's not really surprising. Everyone was saying that they were melting earlier, so, yeah. Guess it's up on the wall. What is that to examine here? Oh, the shine was here all along. Coming of the Day Without Suffering. An old Japanese-style book fell down. The Coming of the Day Without Suffering. Beware when the Yutsawa wears the mask of the lunar eclipse, sleeps after the ceremony of passage. She will bloom, and the blooming resonates, causing every person on the island to bloom. Blooming without pain. They become an empty vessel who is living though dead. Coming of the Day Without Suffering. They will confine themselves in tunnels, but she will pass them. They bud, then bloom if touched. If seen, the mask is cut. The mask is broken. We are broken. So many people inside me, or so many people going inside me, everyone is melting, becoming one. There's another shiny here, which I'm trying to locate. Some of the shinies here are really hard to get to appear. Now it appears when somehow I turn around. And it's blue crystals. I can live with that. Hey, this looks familiar. Looks kind of like the end of Fatal Frame 3, to be quite frank. Underground Ocean. Picture there. I'll turn into someone else, definitely. Let's go pick this up. Crystals times 3. We also saw this in the cutscene that flashed by at the very beginning of this chapter. But, yeah. Looked a lot brighter. That was actually an actual beach on the island, supposed to be in the ground. There is a decayed torii gate erected in the middle of the pitch-black sea. The other side of the gate shimmers a little, and the darkness seems a little deeper. This is definitely reminiscent of the final area of Fatal Frame 3. Alright, another interesting picture. That one's worth more than any other picture I've encountered so far. The beach is made entirely of stones. There's also a shiny over here, so I'm gonna go pick that up, of course. Scrub. And, of course, crystals. Back on the old dusty road I hit. It's an interesting room, though. Certainly an interesting room. Actually, I guess I must look up. Weird fern-like things. Well, actually. Oh my. I wouldn't even notice that if I didn't look up. It's a lighthouse, so we are making our way to a lighthouse, even though we ran underground. So I guess this is actually a beach. Look at that beam in the sky. Lunar Eclipse knows upon us and all that. What a nice view. Well, let's roll. Oh, she now does it cinematically in a cutscene. The Lunar Eclipse. I see. The cave must be connected to the lighthouse. Okay, so my guess was right. I thought I knew we were gonna climb the lighthouse eventually. Help me go into the moon. The place closest to the moon. Sakura is there. Yep, I was actually thinking, I bet the cave's gonna eventually lead into the lighthouse, and I was right. I'm not sure if I said it earlier. I think I didn't, because I was thinking, oh, what if I'm wrong? But I've been thinking, I said this earlier in the game, I know that. I thought the game was gonna end in the lighthouse, because the lighthouse is in the opening movie multiple times, and yet the game didn't even mention the lighthouse till the final chapter here. But the lighthouse was never appearing in anything, even though it was so prominent in the opening, so I was like... You were talking over a chime? Well, I guess it makes sense that there would be a doll around here. She says everyone will become one. This will end it. Oh, I see the doll. This one's obvious if you're hanging backwards. There we go, the curse of the doll is broken. We only have 3 more to go. Now let's continue. Back through the way we came. Hum myself away. Which means now we should start climbing the lighthouse. Gotta keep our eyes open for these last 3 dolls, but we're almost there. Also, this is a nice looking door. Sure, we'll enter inside the nice looking door. It's totally not gonna lead us into the starting climb up the lighthouse. Or a person attacked by a ghost. I think about it, I should recognize this ghost. Which ghost? Oh, it's that one. I know who it is now. Remember, don't care about Fatal Frame. Just focus on her. I know who this ghost is now. I guess I need to wait till she starts trying to attack me. Took too early a picture again. I need to wait till she actually gets into her attack. It always happens a bit later than I expect it's gonna happen. Yeah, that one disappeared too quickly. I keep on trying thinking that it's gonna happen sooner than it does. Got the timing down. And of course she's blooming. Not what I need right now, but whatever. I just don't want her to attack me, really. Make another picture if I was fast enough there. Wait. There we go, we got her. We did good. Another one bites the dust. Another one goes, another one goes, another one bites the dust. Let's break right through here. Now we can start climbing the lighthouse, which means big ol' spirally thing. Part of me thinks I should buy healing items. Part of me thinks I should just experiment and try going forward and not try to buy healing items to the last minute possible if I die once. So I'm going to try that one first. I also should keep my eyes open because there's probably a doll hidden somewhere in the stairwell. Well, let's start to climb up. I really hope they don't make me fight ghosts on the staircase. That'd be the worst. Well, guess we'll see what's up here. The climb begins. How many dolls do I have? I have 76 dolls. Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, which I am using to try and make this more of a livelihood, not just for missed-game videos, but little games I make in my own time, and to bring different types of videos to the channel. You can find the link for my Patreon in the description below, or in the video, obviously. If you'd be interested in seeing me recording gameplay videos and doing other things live, I stream quite regularly and record almost all my gameplay over at a site called Hitbox TV on my channel. You can also see that in the video currently. I hope you enjoyed the video, and adieu.